Hey guys, it's Elena. So as you know, I am a Procreate brush maker and I usually do art tutorials on this channel, but today I wanted to do something a little bit different and I wanted to show you behind the scenes of how I run my business and in particular how I run my shop where I sell my Procreate brushes. So I've set up my shop front on a platform called Payhip. And this video is actually sponsored by Payhip. They approached me and asked if I would be interested in doing this. And I normally do not do any sponsored videos, but in this case, Payhip is actually something that I do already use. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about Payhip and also just show you my own shop, how I've set it up, the front end and the back end, so that you can see how that looks and maybe decide if it's something that you want to try. So just sum it up to say, I have used many platforms over the years and Payhip is definitely my top choice. So why did I choose Payhip? Well, first of all, I needed my own website instead of relying on marketplaces like Etsy and Creative Market. I wanted my own space where I could have control of the branding and the visual look, because for me as a designer and an artist, it's very important to have control of that. But I'm also not a web designer, so I needed a platform that would enable me to control the visual identity without it being a huge headache to code that website. I also like the company itself because there's no drama, there's just kind and helpful support, and they're located in the UK like me. It was also really important for me that my shop platform integrated with email marketing providers like ConvertKit and Flowdesk. Pricing was another reason why I chose Payhip. The pricing is very simple and easy to understand, and there's actually 3 tiers, but the features on all 3 tiers are exactly the same. The only difference is the transaction fee that is charged. There is a tier that is free forever, which is perfect for those who are starting out. There is only a 5% transaction fee on that, in addition to the Stripe and PayPal fees. That is really small compared to most other marketplaces out there, so that's already a really good deal. For myself, I use the Pro tier because it makes more sense for the volume of sales that I have, but this is flexible and you can change at any time. So for me, one of the most important things when I was looking for a shop platform was tax handling, because I have a global customer base and I sell digital products, and the tax handling can be an absolute headache because in every single country there are different rules, and also in different states there are different rules. So it can be a huge headache, and I was looking for a platform that handled at least some of that for me. And up until this point, Payhip has been handling the EU and the UK VAT, which is a huge help. And actually what they are rolling out very soon after this video is that they are going to become the global merchant of record. And that is huge. There are really not that many platforms that do this. Like for instance, on some of the other shop platforms, you can calculate the sales tax and charge the sales tax, but you still have to remit that yourself and you're still responsible for that yourself. Whereas Payhip does all of it, collecting and remitting on behalf of the seller. So that is huge. That's a huge relief for me. Let's take a look at how I've set up my shop front using Payhip, and then we'll look at the back end after that. So this is my shop front here. You can see that I've got my links up here and I've got my banner. I've added a second banner here which shows my Build a Bundle discount. And down here you can see that I've divided my products into different categories. I wanted to make it easier for people to navigate my shop in this way. I also wanted to show you down here, this is the main view where you can see all products. And if you scroll all the way down here, there's a second page of my products, but there's also a widget that I've added here for people who want to subscribe to my newsletter. And this is actually from Flowdesk. I just took the code and I put that in there. And then we've got all our payment buttons down here, social media, privacy and license. That's something that I've added. So up here in the right-hand corner, we've got some options. We've got the search button in case somebody's looking for a product. We've also got this login feature. This is optional. I've chosen to turn it on so that people can log in and see their products on their dashboard, and they can also access my free resource library that I provide to people who've made an account. And you've also got a shopping cart. So I'll just show you one of the products. So this is my mixed media collage. I've been able to add whatever I want onto the product page. I've got a video and I've got a list. I got some FAQs that I've added, and Then I also put a project gallery up here. I don't have this on all of my product pages, but I wanted to do it for this particular brush set because I had a lot of artwork I wanted to show. You've also got the You Might Like, and this is showing products from the same category. So that's mixed media category there. So we've got add to cart and buy now, and I've chosen all these colors myself. These are my branding colors. I've added this font as well, which is a Google font. So I just wanted to keep everything visually consistent with the same fonts, the same colors. I can choose to change any of that at any time if I want to. Let's just go back to the shop page here. This is my shop, but I do also have a different website. That's completely optional. You can run your entire website from Payhip if you want to, but I had already set up a website and a blog on a different platform. So it's very easy to do that if you want to as well. So for instance, if I go home, I'm going to my main website here, and these are product pages on Payhip. It's very easy to integrate the two. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood and see what it looks like from the back end. Okay, so here is the dashboard behind my shop. That's just like the main dashboard where you have everything all together in the same place. And then of course we've got our products. I just wanted to show you the different kinds of products that you can have. When you do add a product, this is what you've got. So you've got a digital product. Procreate brushes are definitely classed as a digital product, and that just means that it's a type of file that you upload, and then when the customer buys that product, then they download the file. So most of my brushes are digital products, but I have set up my free resource library as a combination of a course and a bundle. All of my free products are in that bundle, so that anybody who signs up for the bundle, which is free, then they get all of those products at once. And also when I add a new product to the bundle, then they get that as well. And I also made a course, and then I added that course to the bundle. And the course is all of my free videos. So some other stuff that they have here that I have not actually tried are membership, physical product, coaching service, and I'm really excited to try some of these out as well. I'm glad to know that they're there when I'm ready to evolve and adapt to new kinds of products. Another thing to note about courses is that you can upload videos to Payhip, but you can also use unlisted videos on YouTube or public videos on YouTube, which is what I've done. So I'll just show you how the digital product adding works. So you would just click on this, and I'll actually show you this on one of my actual products. And you can see here that I've uploaded the zip file, and this includes the brushes. There's two different brush folders in there, and there's also some color palettes and a PDF with instructions and how to use the brushes, how to install the brushes, and that type of thing. So I've added that all to a zip file. You could also just add the brush files here as well if you don't have other stuff that goes with it. So I've added my title, my price, and you can choose, actually in the settings, you can choose your currency as well. I've chosen USD. And then down here, you can add your 9 images. So I'll usually have like a main image that's like the cover that has the title and shows all my favorite brushes. And then I'll have a couple of images that sort of highlight some different features of the brushes. So then I've got all of the other images that showcase each and every brush so that people can have a really clear idea of what is included in the brush set. And then you've got the description with all of the usual type of text editing tools. You've got your headers and the bullet list and videos and that type of thing. This is where I added my video here and a link and that type of thing. So then you've got the option where your product could be visible or invisible or unlisted even. This is useful, like for instance, all of the free products that are included in my free resource library are actually unlisted because I don't really want to clog up my shop front with a lot of free color palettes. And so each of those is just unlisted, and then I add them to the bundle, and then people get them through the bundle instead. So there's just a lot of flexibility in the way that you can set things up to match what you're trying to create. So then I've got my collections, and this is what is shown on that front page when you're going through the different kinds of products. I put whatever category this product is in, and then it shows up inside of that collection. I should actually mention that I have set up my own domain. So this is set up as shop.elenajensen.com because my main website is just elenajensen.com. With the help of the Payhip support, I was really easily able to set up this domain so that it's branded to my website. And you're also able to change the product itself. And there's a lot of different options here. I'm currently using Flowdesk, and you can set up your mailing lists in here. But I like to keep track of who has bought what. So if this person is already on my mailing list and they've bought the mixed media brush set, then it will add a tag there to show that that's what they have, so that I can send them something relevant, like if it gets updated or something like that. So there is also a marketplace on Payhip. I usually just automatically add my products to the marketplace. And while it's not really a focus for me, it's never hurting to be on a marketplace and try to get more visibility from that. Let's just have a look at the marketplace here. So this is what the marketplace looks like. And there's a lot of different categories, and it's just a fun little extra thing that you get with Payhip. So going back to products, you have a lot of other options here. You can collaborate with other creators. There's also reviews, there's collections. This is how I set up my collections here. You can also reorder the products. So this is a big one. If you like to have visual control over your shop front, it's actually great to be able to reorder your products and make sure the most recent ones or the most popular ones are on top. So I'm going to show you the store builder in just a minute, but first I just wanted to mention that we've also got analytics, which can be really useful. There's some marketing tools. So for instance, you can add coupon codes, you can run sales, you can have affiliates. This is also where I've set up my mailing list. And something I use a lot is cross-selling. So like I was showing you on the front end of my shop, when someone buys one brush set or they put one brush set in their cart, they get an automatic discount when they add more brushes to their cart. So they'll get 30% off on all additional brushes after that. And this cross-selling is how I did that. There's also another option that might work better for some people, where if they buy one thing, they can then upgrade to another thing for a discount. And of course, you've got your customer tab, and this is where you can keep track of all your customers. If someone has a question about their order or anything like that, you can always check in here to see what they've bought. I use this tab all the time as well. So let's go ahead and look at the store builder now. We just have to click here, and it's important to note also that you should not be in Safari. I was in Safari just now and I forgot that I need to be in Chrome to open the store builder. So you just go to this tab, just launch the store builder, and we've got a whole website builder in here. You can adjust your header with all of these links up here. This is where I've added this image right here. There's my build a bundle. So we can edit the collection as well. And I really like how you can change the aspect ratio of your products. So I've got this 3:2 because that's just how I started out like 10 years ago, and I just never changed, but you can actually choose any other aspect ratio that works for you. You can also show the price or not. You can also choose how many columns you have and the spacing. So I really like how very much control you have over all of the visual things, all of these small little visual things that do really matter in how you're going to present your shop. So I'm just really glad that Payhip doesn't presume to make those decisions for you, because everyone is going to have some different opinions and a different kind of shop. And then this is where I added my Flowdesk subscribe widget here. So it doesn't show in the store builder, but you can see that if you preview the shop. And that is my home page. So I wanted to show you this free resource library because it's set up a little bit differently from the way I've set up my normal product pages. So I've actually got quite a lot on this page. And each one of these sections is something over here. So these are all sections of this page. So for instance, I've got my video here. I've got another video further down. I've also got, this is a list. So it's got the headline over here. It's got different options with an image and text and a title. And this is all very customizable. You can make it exactly what you want it to be. So we've got even more down here. We've got some different sections with images. This is a little animation that I made, and the sign up option here. So let's just go back to the all products page here, because I wanted to show you that you can actually edit collection pages at the same time, and you can also change the store style. So you've got the option to add colors, fonts, buttons. All of these things are very customizable to exactly what you want, and then you just publish it whenever you're ready. So that's about it when it comes to what I wanted to show you on the back end of my shop. I hope that this has given you a little bit of insight into how I run my business, how I run my shop. If you are a brush seller, or even if you just sell digital art, I would definitely suggest using Payhip for setting up your shop because it's simple, it's easy, and the pricing is really good, and they handle global tax. So all of that to say, I recommend it and I use it. So if you want to give Payhip a go, there's a sign up link below this video, and it's actually my affiliate link, which means that I might make a small commission at no extra cost to you when you make sales. So if you want to support my channel, that's a really good way to do it. That's completely up to you, but I definitely would encourage you to give it a go if you want to set up an online shop, especially if you're selling digital products, and especially if you are selling Procreate brushes. If you have any comments or questions, you're very welcome to leave me a comment or email me. I hope that I'll be able to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.